portfolio. Please make Jeremy very welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thanks, Chrissy. And thanks to Stewie and the Vertical Events team and Canaccord as major sponsors. I'm one of the few MDs or CEOs who actually live in the southwest and commute up to Perth and up to our projects in the north. So it's fantastic to get the opportunity to speak to investors locally and to showcase this region. So in saying that, if we've got a booth out there, if you'd like to come and chat to me now, or I'm often in the southwest, so grab a card and we can catch up at one of the beautiful venues that we're so lucky to have. This morning I will be able to introduce you to Reach Resources Limited and the projects we've been able to put together. As Chrissy mentioned, we're nearby Carnarvon, our major focus. We're actually sort of north of Gascoyne Junction, a couple of hours north of Gascoyne Junction, so inland of Carnarvon. I will go through the portfolio we put together, but with a major emphasis on our Morrissey Hill Lithium Project. A competent person, Mr. Steve Valance, who's our exploration manager, he's been through this presentation and signed off on everything, so all is good. Quick snapshot, we've got a lot of experience on the board that covers mining, exploration, legal and financial, some of the key, obviously, targets you want from an experienced board. We've got no debt. We've recently done a fundraising in August, which gives us plenty of cash to see us through the next couple of drill programs, and a still relatively low market cap that sees us leverage to further exploration success. ESG is one of these topics that have come into the industry, and rightly so, but it's a natural part of the way we've conducted our businesses with respect to the traditional owners, the pastoral station owners, and the environment. Over and above that, we've actually made a significant investment into a rare earth magnet recycling technology based out of the University of Houston in Texas. And that's part of our commitment to the full cycle of mining. We personally are believers in decarbonisation and electrification of the globe, and we see that as a major driving force behind our exploration programs and really provide part of the solution. So to give you investors a proposition to why you should invest in our company, we are proudly focused on Western Australia. The company was initially, Reach Resources came in and took over a small gold mining company, which has a resource at Paynes Find. But now we've put together two key project areas in the really underexplored but increasingly successful Gascoyne region of Western Australia. Western Australia is a big place, as you know, but that's not quite to scale. As I said, our Morrissey Hill project is based, and these other ones are based on Yinnetharra station, 1.5 hours north of Gascoyne Junction, and then approximately 80 kilometres north of that on Wanna station, we have Skyline and White Castles project, which I'll talk to further. So it's important, I think, for an early stage explorer such as us to have a couple of irons in the fire. And as I said, we're passionate about the electrification of the globe, and so critical minerals and battery minerals such as lithium, rare earths, and manganese. We've made a deliberate push into acquiring projects that have high prospectivity with those commodities. I've mentioned the investment in the rare earth magnet recycling technology, and we're also, as you'll see further down, we're in a good neighbourhood. There's some larger scale, bigger companies that have already taken big land positions next to our projects or in nearby. So I'll start with our Wanna projects. For context, there's the Hastings technology mine, which is one of the next rare earth mines due to come online, and the very successful Dreadnought Resources. They're very successful explorers who have led the way for the Gascoyne and showing some of its value. So we've got a significant land position to the east of these guys. We're into the Edmund Sediment Basin, so where Hastings and Dreadnought have been focused and had success on their rare earth discoveries. The White Castles project, we've deliberately accumulated ground there for its manganese potential, which we believe will be certainly part of a high demand curve going to the future with the focus on battery technology. Obviously, you can see Fortescue are accumulating land there as well. Skyline, we still have rare earth potential there, mainly in the southwestern portion, closer to the Hastings and Dreadnought ground, where it's part of the Gifford Creek complex. I mentioned the company was formed in 2021. It took over a small gold mining company, which has an inferred resource, quite high grade. It's small, but certainly something that we consider as a bonus for us. Clearly, gold isn't getting as much attention as probably what it deserves right now, but I'm very happy to have a gold hedge that could potentially give us an ability to toll treat, or I'd divest to fund further exploration in the Gascoyne. Moving to Yinnetharra Station and our other couple of projects that you see there, the Camel Hill project and Wabli Creek. Camel Hill is a long trend from Morrissey Hill project and has the work we've done there thus far is significant outcropping pegmatite system with LCT potential, and we've completed a tenement-wide soil sampling program there, with expecting results later on this month. And the Wabli Creek project to the south, that's a really interesting project. Again, early stage. We've taken rock chips, which provided some really high grades of niobium, one of these other critical minerals of the future. And you heard the gentleman before talking about the heavy rare earth. This has a significant percentage of heavy rare earths to light rare earths. It's an early stage project. We've also completed a tenement-wide soil sampling program across this project, which will analyse and understand from a geochemical point of view to give us greater understanding of what other targets and what sort of prospectivity we've got at these areas. This is our flagship project, if you like, the Morrissey Hill project. We're in good company, as you can see by a couple of the land positions taken up surrounding us. I guess when you think of the old real estate adage of location, 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 we tick a couple of boxes there. Corporately, clearly there's interest from bigger players. Delta Lithium just had Chris Ellison and Mineral Resources take a controlling stake. Ellison has control of the nearby Onslow port, which may be part of his interest there. And then Minerals 260, who surround us on the other side. That's a Liontown spin-off with Tim Goyder's involvement on it. So these guys are seeing the prospectivity and the potential for this region. The second part of that location is, and most importantly, is the geology. So we've been able to ascertain that this site contains the fertile granites, the 33 super suite, that have spurned the the pegmatites in the region, which are outcropping across this whole tenement. Delta's Malinda deposit, where they've drilled so far about 75,000 metres and have come up with some significant lithium intersections, is in the same geological formation as where we're finding our pegmatites. We've got, which I'll show you a bit of a close-up version of this tenement now. So we've just undertaken our maiden drill program in around that Bonds area, the larger ellipse you see there. You can see a few of these dots that in the centre point up here. That was a 500 metre section, a combination of RC and diamond drilling. But while the guys are on site, the team have had the chance to actually do some work and walk and map the ground, which has uncovered a range of other targets which only enhance our confidence in this project. We expect the assay results from this maiden program in early November, combined with, we've got an expert geochemist who's going to run through those numbers. Once you get these numbers on a lithium basis, it's really important to go through certain ratios to understand the extent of potential spodumene formation as opposed to some of the other lithium-bearing minerals. So we'll be undertaking that analysis, and that's always part of our the way we approach our exploration in terms of a really methodical scientific method. One of the other encouraging signs at Morrissey Hill based on this drilling was the discovery of what we term a blind pegmatite. There's numerous outcropping pegmatites on site, and I've got a couple of photos of those next. But drilling uncovered what we believe is a blind pegmatite, so something that's not outcropping, which has the potential, of course, to increase the scale of what's on site. From the work we've done, we believe there's a cumulative 10 kilometres of strike, potential strike. We've obviously got to do further work to understand that more fully, but it gives us the confidence that scale is possible here, and we have a potential company-making project on our hands. We'll be heading back out there in November once we receive those results to get another drill program in before the end of the year. This is just a couple of shots of some of the pegmatites that we've mapped on site. Importantly, we see them intruding through the greenstone or mafic volcanic packages that many of you would have heard of. We've got a good relationship with the traditional owners, the Yinnetharra people, and we've undertaken a number of heritage surveys which provide clearance for these upcoming drill programs. So just to finish off, we've been able to tick off our maiden drill program, and that's a huge amount of information we'll take forward for the next one. We've had tenement-wide geochemical soil sampling programs, which again gives us a huge amount of data, which enables our process to narrow in on targets. Results early November from phase 1 drilling, phase 2 to kick off later in November, and then moving into 2024 and then the other projects. We've got a heritage agreement to negotiate with one of the traditional owner groups for our Manganese project, and we'll be doing the same at our Wabli Creek, where we've got those higher grade Niobium and rare earth hits, and it all bodes for a very busy 2024. So that's where we're at. Very quickly in summary, we are funded to conduct our next couple of drill programs. We've established and been able to put together a really strong critical battery mineral portfolio that as an early stage explorer provides us a lot of upside, particularly with the gold hedge. So as I said, I'm based in the southwest. If any of you local people want to catch up over a coffee at one of our surfside cafes, then please come and find me. Thanks very much.
Good on you, Jeremy. Were you this